Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Burbs. I'm your host, Dustin Bryson, and today we're going to do something a little bit different, a little bit unique. We're going to do Costco's very own brand, Kirkland, the Costco brand of bottled in bond bourbon. This is a really interesting bottle because of the price point and how good the juice is and what you get for your money. This is exclusively available at Costco stores. So if you have a Sam's, sorry, you ain't getting it. If you don't have a Costco card, you got to ask a friend. You got people in your life, I guarantee you got people in your life that have a Costco card. Ask your mom, ask your grandma. But get into Costco, I would say, and load up on this bourbon. As you can see from that side angle shot, I've already had some. It's already almost gone. But it is a $26 price point, $25, $26, depending on where you're at, for one full liter. And I'm telling you right now, it's worth it. Why is it worth it? Well, why would anybody buy Kirkland's signature brand bourbon? Well, I think generally speaking, you probably wouldn't. You know, if you're getting a store brand, unless it's a store pick, you're probably not going to go pick up their in-store bourbon. And the reason that this one is interesting and is good is because it is distilled by Barton 1792. We're not going to deep dive Kirkland. We're not going to deep dive Costco. We are just going to look at Barton. We're going to be looking at 1792. So 1792 is a bourbon that you can get at least here in our area in the Midwest. You can get it for about $30, $29.99 for a very good daily drinker. This thing, though, however, is only $25, and it's a full liter, not a 750 milliliter. So what makes this interesting? Well, first of all, 1792 or Barton 1792 or Ridgewood Reserve 1792 or 1792 Ridgemont Reserve, as it's been called historically, is a fantastic bourbon. They've been around for hundreds of years. Well, I don't know if that's true. Somebody look and find out how long they've been around. But they've been around a long time. Probably not hundreds of years, but they've been around a long time. And they know what they're doing. I mean, just simply put, they know what they're doing. You don't have to add water. You don't have to add ice. It's just a good sipping bourbon. It's bottled in bond, and that's why we know who the distillery is. They are out of Bardstown, Kentucky. And I can tell you right now that if you pick this up, this is their Master Distiller series, you're not going to be disappointed. And as a matter of fact, you're probably going to want to try to get as many bottles as you can so you can store them up for later. One of the interesting things that I found when I was doing my research for this episode was that this particular juice is distilled from the Thomas More Creek or river. I guess it's a creek. And that's where they're getting their water source from. And so who is Thomas More? Thomas More, Thomas S. More, if you've probably had that bourbon before, if you're a bourbon connoisseur. But he was known as the Kentucky Gentleman. And he was around for a long time, born in March 1853 in Nelson County. But he eventually moves to Bardstown, and actually, that was his father, but I'm just a wealth of misinformation today. So the thing about distilleries that have been around for a long time is that practice makes perfect. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but practice makes better and better and better. And they are barreling, hundreds and hundreds of barrels a year. They're honing that craft. That skill this is something that obviously is historic, and it's been around for a long, long time. So the question that I have, for you is, would you rather drink bourbon from a new distillery, a distillery that hasn't had not only the years of practice, but also the time for the juice to sit in the barrel and age? Or would you rather have bourbon from a distillery that's been around forever and have made their share of mistakes, but have adjusted and fixed those? And to be able to get this bourbon for $25 at a Costco, which it seems like it's a silly move, but I'm telling you, this Kirkland brand signature bottled in bond, Barton's 1792 Master Distiller, It's fantastic. Don't be even slightly embarrassed when you go through the line. Yeah, you can go get that other short, squatty, fat, cute 1792 bottle if you want. But I recommend get this while you can and enjoy. Why 1792? Why that name? Well, Kentucky was officially made a state in 1792, and that is where that name comes from. And they wanted to honor their state's legacy, and so they plastered it across the bottom, 1792, the year Kentucky was made a state. Now, on the downside, maybe it depends on how you look at it, but on the downside, I think it's a downside. They are owned by Sazerac now. They were purchased in 2009, and so now they're part of a bigger conglomerate. Sometimes that's good and bad. This is 100 proof, and so you would think that it would have a lot of burn on it. It has a little bit of burn, but it doesn't burn bad. It's just the right amount. Unfortunately, there's not a great deal of information on their website. I find their website and their history and the idea that they're proud of their history lacking on their website. You have to look elsewhere to really try to find some of the other information about this bourbon. So there you have it. I say pick it up. This is a thumbs up for me. It's probably 4 out of 5 Glencairns, and I think you should grab yourself some as soon as possible.